Thailand versus Vietnam. Which is better for expats in 2025? We're going to take a look. Everyone is talking about leaving Thailand these days. Well, you would think that. I think there's more people coming to Thailand than ever before, pretty much, aside from the 40 million visitors. But I mean expats coming. I think there's more than in the past. I don't know about the demographics. Maybe more of them are Indians, Russians, Chinese, whatever. But a lot of people are talking about leaving, and they say that Thailand is too expensive, too strict, too unstable. And right next door, Vietnam is getting a lot of attention. It's cheaper, it's faster, and it's rising fast. But is it actually a better place to live? And I hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, it's so much better. In this video, we're doing a deep dive, no fluff comparison, Thailand versus Vietnam. We're going to look at the visa, the cost of living, infrastructure, expat life, transportation, and whether Vietnam's so-called golden visa is really going to be the game changer that people think it is. Okay, if you don't know, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I've been living here for the past 30 plus years. Do me a favor, if you like this video, please click like, and if you have yet to subscribe, please do so. I'd appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so that you'll stay informed of all upcoming videos and streams. Also, if you would like to send me a Dear Scott letter, a message, whatever. If you need a consultation, email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com, anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Okay, let's get into it. Thailand versus Vietnam for expats in 2025. Which one is easier to live in, and which one gives you more value for your money, more bang for the buck, and which one's a ticking time bomb, if any? Okay, now, let's look at the visas first off. And I'm going to say, I know some people may disagree with me, Thailand has a slight edge. Thailand has a lot of flaws. The visa system's very bureaucratic, inconsistent, and it requires a fair amount of paperwork. But at least it offers retirement, marriage, education, and elite options. If you're over 50, there is a legal, renewable path. Vietnam, not so much. There is no retirement visa. The 90-day tourist e-visa is great, but you can't extend it. If you want to stay long-term, you need a business sponsor, a spouse, or a job. Otherwise, it's leave and return again. Okay? So that's the way it works. So for that reason, I'm going to give Thailand a slight edge. I know some people may say Thailand's visas are a pain in the neck. And okay, I can see it, although I don't think it's that much of a pain in the neck. It's basically as simple as put the money in the bank. Okay? Thailand wins by default. It's messy, but it's legal. And Vietnam still expects long-term expats to play hopscotch. All right, the cost of living. Thailand, the cost of living has been rising, and Vietnam is hands down cheaper. Rent, food, transportation, everything is anywhere from about 10 to 30% less. You can live comfortably on $1,200 to $1,500 a month without sacrificing much at all in Vietnam. And if you're going to live off of that in Thailand, well, you're going to be squeezed a little bit. You can get by for less, of course, in Thailand, but you're going to be squeezed. You're going to have to watch your pennies. Thailand's not necessarily expensive, but it's not dirt cheap anymore, especially in Bangkok, Phuket, and even Chiang Mai. Imports, healthcare, and condo living, the really nice condo where you have a gym and you have a swimming pool and you have all, a daycare and you have all this kind of stuff. It comes at a premium. So the takeaway is if you are chasing low cost, Vietnam is your country. If you want more comfort and you don't mind spending a bit more, Thailand can still work for you. All right, now the next one is a piece of cake, very easy. Thailand and its infrastructure. Let's just say infrastructure, Thailand versus Vietnam. However, Thailand is light years ahead. Thailand has the BTS, has the MRT, Grab, high-speed internet, great roads, and world-class hospitals. Vietnam is definitely getting better, but it's still loud, chaotic, and harder to navigate. Traffic is a war zone. Let me tell you something. When I first went to Ho Chi Minh, when I first went to Hanoi, I liked it. The next couple of times, decreasingly so, I didn't like it as much because I thought it was just too chaotic. Okay, that's the truth. Healthcare is decent in Vietnam, but it's hit or miss and mostly Vietnamese speaking. And this is the thing, I was thinking about this. Now, I don't know, I'm not positive about this, but what I think is if you want to live along the coast or a little bit inland, okay, Vietnam is great. You're living near the beach, right? Or you're at least fairly close to the beach. But if you want to live like way in, you're going to have to speak Vietnamese. That's what I think. Now, that's not in all cases, but in most cases, all right? The takeaway is that with regards to infrastructure, Thailand is much more livable. Day-to-day life is smoother, faster, and more predictable. Now, when it comes to Grab, Vietnam, whatever you want to say, the Vietnamese Grab in Vietnam crushes it. Listen, Grab is fantastic in Vietnam. In Thailand, the quality of service has been going downhill. It's harder to get taxis. The prices are more expensive. And that's why some people like me use Bolt. Every once in a while I use InDriver. But sometimes you can't even get a Grab car. And that sucks. Now, for me, I look at it like I have my own driver. I want that driver on call. Within 10 minutes, I want a driver showing up at my door. And every once in a while, I can't get that. Now, in Vietnam, forget about it. Grab works very fast, very cheap, and everywhere. There's no fighting. There's none of that stuff. And listen, I've been all over Vietnam on Grab, and it was dirt cheap, okay? It's affordable. The food delivery is lightning quick. You get picked up like within a minute or two, and it's dirt cheap. So the takeaway is that Vietnam wins without a doubt. Grab is how you want it to be in Thailand, but it really, really works in Vietnam. There's absolutely no doubt. All right, the lifestyle. Thailand gives you a lot of variety. Beaches, big cities, sleepy towns. It's great for retirees, for families, or anyone looking to settle into a more structured life. Vietnamese gives you an edge. It's raw, it's real, and there's a very palpable energy. But it's also very exhausting if you're not ready to adapt. If you're not ready for it, it will wear you out. There's not quite as many Western comforts or support systems, although that is changing and the gap is narrowing, definitely. So if you want ease and options, you go with Thailand. If you want grit and growth, you go with Vietnam. Okay, now, Vietnam has been talking about the golden visa, their golden visa, but they have not delivered. It was supposed to be this year. So far, it has not come out. It's supposed to be for investors and high earners. It sounds good, but the reality is it's still being drafted, and the minimum investment is likely to be $100 to $500,000, and it won't be for retirees or digital nomads. And it sure as heck is not going to be simple. Thailand's elite visa is a pay-for-play, and it is overpriced, but at least it exists, right? They have it. Really, it's over. To me, it's way overpriced because the visa doesn't cost all that much. All right, if you multiply, whatever it is, 1,900 baht times however many years, and you just figure a little bit extra on top of it, you figure it doesn't cost you that much. But then everything else, the golf course, the pickup from the airport, the delivery, this, that adds up to a lot more, and that's basically you're just supposedly paying for a luxury lifestyle. Don't plan your future around Vietnam's golden visa, at least not yet. All right, expat community. Thailand has more. Vietnam feels a bit more real. Thailand has massive expat groups in every city, which I don't really know about because I don't want to, because I have my circle of friends already. There's comfort, there's community, and there's options, along with plenty of losers and burnouts. And what I'll say is I met most of my friends in, say, either the last 30 years that I've been here, 30 plus years that I've been here, or in the last, say, 15 years from YouTube. And I have a couple of friends. It's not like I have hundreds, but it's a tight-knit group. Vietnam has smaller expat communities, but they're tight-knit and they're less jaded. People in Thailand are, the expats in Thailand, if you go on to like that ASEAN Thai visa, used to be Thai visa, people are jaded on there. I can't even begin to tell you how jaded they are. But the thing in Vietnam is that people are building things, they're doing things, they're not just hiding out. Thailand has the numbers, Vietnam has the energy. You make your choice, but for me, I would say Vietnam's a bit better. Thailand and Vietnam both have their strengths and their traps. Thailand is easier, more affordable, and more structured. Vietnam is, did I say affordable? Thailand is easier, more comfortable, and more structured. Vietnam is cheaper, faster, and hungrier. That's what I meant. But if you are looking for long-term, Thailand probably will give you the edge because of the legal options. Vietnam is still playing catch-up, especially when it comes to visas. And, really the smart play is to know what you value. If you value comfort, healthcare, and legal residency, you go to Thailand. If you value low cost, the hustle culture, and rapid change, then you need to go to Vietnam. If you want a bit more adventure, go to Vietnam. But either way, you don't want to go in blind. You want to do your research because the rules are always changing. And guess what? You need to adapt with them. Okay, so that's all I have right now. Hope you learned something. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you'd like to show your support for the channel, you can do so by hitting the join button right below the video window. And you can join for as little as $1.99. Also, like I said, if you want to send me a message, you want to send me a Dear Scott letter, or you need a consultation, the email address is anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. AnAmericanInBangkok@gmail.com. That is all I have. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di leo jerken mai. That is good luck and see you again. Take care.